Hello and welcome back to Delusional Chaos, and in today's episode I'm going to be talking things girly, and the topic for today is PMS and PMDD. I'm going to explain kind of everything to do with those things, to do with those topics, and give you some help, some advice on how you can deal with those. So if you like this episode, make sure you give it a like, comment and subscribe, and let me just get into it. So PMS stands for premenstrual syndrome, and it's a group of physical, emotional and behavioural symptoms that many people experience in the 1 to 2 weeks leading up to their period. And it's linked to hormonal changes during the menstrual cycle. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the common PMS symptoms. So they can vary a lot from person to person, but the main ones include the emotional and mental symptoms are mood swings, so feeling up and down quickly, or irritability or anger, and feeling sad or low, similar to kind of mild depression, anxiety or feeling overwhelmed, crying more easily, trouble concentrating. And the physical symptoms for PMS are bloating or stomach discomfort, breast tenderness or swelling, and headaches, fatigue or low energy, and changes in appetite. So you can have certain cravings for things or like a loss of appetite, and sleeping problems, so sleeping too much or sleeping too little. And behavioural symptoms are withdrawing from social situations, changes in libido, and feeling less motivated or productive. And why it happens is it's caused by a fluctuation in hormones like estrogen and progesterone. I'm probably saying that wrong, but I will put the names on here. And they can affect brain chemicals like serotonin. And when is it more severe? So if symptoms are very intense, like emotional ones like deep depression, panic or anger, it could be a more severe form called premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which may need medical support. So what is premenstrual dysphoric disorder? It is a more severe form of PMS that usually affects your mood, emotions and mental well-being in the time before your period. And whilst regular PMS can feel manageable or sometimes unmanageable and a little bit uncomfortable, PMDD can feel quite overwhelming and hard to manage, and often interfering with your daily life, relationships and work. And I would like to just kind of add in that I definitely do have PMS symptoms, but there have been definitely a lot of periods where I feel like I definitely do fit the description for PMDD because the feelings were so intense. But upon reflection, I'm not sure whether that's just my underlying mental illnesses or, actually it being PMDD. But I guess I'm not a doctor, and the whole reason why I want to talk about this is to kind of educate myself, but also other women or men or anyone watching about this topic. And yeah, I think it's really important to talk more about these things. So yeah, let me just carry on talking about it. So I'm gonna go through some of the common symptoms for PMDD, and the emotional and mental symptoms are intense mood swings, persistent sadness or feelings of hopelessness, severe irritability or anger, anxiety or panic attacks, feeling overwhelmed or out of control, low self-esteem or harsh self-talk/criticism, difficulty concentrating, and in more severe cases, thoughts of self-harm or suicide. And physical and behavioural symptoms are extreme fatigue or low energy, sleep problems such as insomnia or oversleeping, changes in appetite, cravings or overeating, bloating, tenderness in breasts and swelling, headaches, joint and muscle pain, feeling groggy or disconnected, loss of interest for things that you usually enjoy. And the kind of key difference between PMS and PMDD is how intense the emotional side is. And I think it's quite evident in the differences between the two symptoms. And yeah, they are both things that if you're really struggling with them, or you want to understand them better or learn to manage them better, then it's definitely a good idea to speak to somebody or get help for it. And I'm just gonna go into the ways that you can get help for yourself for dealing with your PMS, or if you think that you have PMDD or you know that you do, then here's some advice for you. I did just want to start this off and say I am from the UK, so the research that I've done is into the UK only, and I would definitely recommend, if you're not from the UK, to look into some resources similar to what I'm about to suggest. And I'm sure with any research, you can definitely always find people to talk to. And yeah, so I'm just going to get into it. So the first thing that's suggested is speaking to your GP, and how they can help is listening to your symptoms, asking you to track your symptoms, and this can help with your diagnosis and ruling out any other conditions like anxiety or depression. And they can offer hormonal options like certain contraceptive pills, and offer antidepressants, often SSRIs, specifically used for PMDD. And they can offer lifestyle recommendations. They can refer you to a gynecologist, which is a doctor that specialises in vaginas. Just gonna put it out there like that. But they can also refer you to a mental health specialist if needed. And the fact that I've got a grin on my face because I said vaginas, I am so Miranda coded, that's just... Anyway, but yeah, back to the serious topic at hand. So the other option that you can do to get help is going on the NHS mental health support website or on the app. I'm sure that you can find information and advice on there, but you can self-refer to talking therapy via the NHS Talking Therapies website. And you can also get free therapy, so CBT is commonly offered and helpful for PMDD. And you can also call 111 if you're unsure what to do with yourself or what to do with the symptoms in the moment, and find out what you need to urgently do. Another way of receiving help is mental health charities and helplines. So Samaritans is a 24/7 operating telephone service, and their number is 116123. I'm just going to put it on the screen as well, and it's free to call them. So I would definitely check that out if that's something that you feel is going to work best for you. And you could also speak to Mind, who offer information and support lines and guidance navigating help. And if you are struggling with eating habits because of your PMS or just in general, you can speak to Beat, which is a charity which specialises in that. And specialist PMDD support there's the National Association for Premenstrual Syndromes, which stands for NAPS, and I'm going to put all of the names on screen. And they are focused specifically in PMS and PMDD, and they offer support groups and advice on treatment options, and they help you prepare for GP appointments, which is super helpful if you're worried and you just need some extra support going into that. I think that's a really good support system. And another way that you can support yourself is by tracking your symptoms. So apps that are included are Clue or Flow, and I personally use Flow. I've been tracking my periods for years and years. I don't know when I started, but it's probably close to 10 years now. But it's always super helpful in if you have any problems, or you want to notice patterns to do with your body, then it's also just really good to track your body and your cycle. And you can track your mood changes, your physical symptoms, and when they start/finish in your cycle. And that is all that I have got on the advice section and the information about PMS and PMDD. But I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Delusional Chaos. And if you did enjoy this, then let me know what kind of topics you want me to speak about in the future. I kind of would love to do one about periods. And, if that's something that you want to hear, let me know. And I hope that you enjoyed, and stay delusional, embrace the chaos, and I will see you again for another episode. Bye.